So just to remind you, what was here before was the flagstone. All irregular, uneven, poor drainage.
One of the things that I noticed on this project was the irrigation system not being sufficient. So really what I did is I came in, measured the gallons per minute, measured the PSI, and designed a system that was going to be efficient to the landscape that we were installing. The new shrubs, new plants, new trees, the water usage on those the existing landscape that's here and the new landscape that we're bringing in.
The planters, most of it was existing. We wiped out part of it because of the elevation transition, but we wanted to create some coziness next to the pool. We always like to accent our swimming pools with landscaping, usually right behind it. In this case, it was an existing pool.
If you see the pool, we have 5-centimeter bullnose travertine coping. And again, each piece has to be cut and set into place. Once we have our travertine coping on, we can start the pool tile. Once we have our pool tile done, we can get our plaster guys in to actually install aggregate plaster.
Our guys, of course, have been working with us for several years. They know that they're going to have to redo it if it doesn't get done right. And then, of course, Pete comes out to manage that. And so it is a meticulous and it's a lot of work and it's hard work. But it's ours. It's yours, but it's ours. So it needs to be this way.
So one of the things that we've started doing back in 2019 was using Wi-Fi based timers. We use a Hunter HydroWise timer, and basically what that does is it gives our clients access to it and the actual contractor that installs the project access to it. So really throughout the year we can monitor that, we can check in. If our client has questions, he can pick up the phone, give us a call, and we can actually be on the far east side of town and actually log onto our smart device and see what's going on with that system.
The evergreens that we incorporated, we did Blue Point junipers, and they've got a different type of leaf pattern. They've got a pretty green color. And then, of course, next to those, we did another cypress, what's called blue ice. Blue ice is, of course, more like a minty green. And then we've incorporated some deciduous plants of purple plum trees. We also incorporated Texas mountain laurels, which are evergreens. So it's not just the same, type of trees in a row. It's different colors with different species and stuff like that.
One of the things that you want to be efficient with your irrigation system. So by checking the existing water coming out of our client's existing house, checking the PSI, we can design something that's going to be efficient. Depending on how many valves we need, depending on how many gallons per minute our plants need, we're going to design a system that's completely efficient.
Coming up, it's the very small details that make the difference between a good landscaping job and an exceptional outdoor masterpiece. Stay tuned.
The difference between a landscape company and our company, most landscape companies are going to ask you what you want. They're like, what do you want? Go to the nursery, pick out the stuff, and we'll dig holes and stick them in the ground. And homeowners, they don't really know how that's going to grow, and so for me and our company, we're concerned about that. We're like, well, that's going to grow really big. You can't have that there.
So the difference with me is I care, and I want my system to be the best. So one of the things that when I first started working with George, is he was going to allow me to actually design the best system possible and actually implement that.
I want to remind you how this project started. It was didn't have any. It didn't make sense, with the architecture of the home and the lifestyle of our client. And so, what we've brought to this place is an incredible outdoor space that they're going to enjoy and hang out, by the fireplace, in the hot tub, a pool that actually runs well, that has beautiful water features, that has premium finishes that are going to last possibly forever. The hot tub's huge, and we installed the 5-centimeter coping on there. It's double faced, so it's got a bullnose on both sides. I think it's 20 inches wide, so you can actually sit on the edge of the coping and kind of talk to, maybe kids are in it, little kids, maybe grown-ups are in there, mom and dad. Not everybody wants to be in the hot tub, so we added some travertine seating areas, so people can communicate and talk and have fun together. It's everything we want to do. We're thinking about how many people are going to be there. So we're designing for big parties, and the hot tub is one of the most popular places to be at.
Coming up, You won't believe your eyes as we give you a tour of the Godesigns finished living space. Stay tuned.
Look what Godesigns has done. We've added this beautiful stone fireplace, beautiful shade structure. We do all cedar. We do heavy lumber. Our fireplace is all custom cut stone. It's got a lot of weight to it. It's substantial. We've added the travertine coping, which is 5 centimeters, which is also a beautiful piece of art at the same time. It accentuates the swimming pool. So it's incredible to look at any time of the day. We've added the aggregate with abalone shells. If you look at the water, it's just glistening. The transition to when you're walking onto the sun deck area, that's a great place to lounge. Large steps.
Our fireplaces are all isokern, which is a Icelandic material, the internals, and then we actually frame that out with cinder block. Another cool thing that we do is we use real stone, limestone. One of the things that we do is each piece of limestone we actually have to cut because there's a certain pattern that we have to meet. So if you see our guys in process when they're installing the fireplace, each piece of limestone has to be cut and set into place.
Our landscape design and installation, with a combination of plants and shrubs and trees, it's the idea is that it creates this coziness. So you're sitting here, but you feel the landscaping. You just feel it. You feel the plants. You feel the heights of the trees, the colors. It's just an incredible, inviting space that you want to be around. Adding the perimeter landscaping on all of our projects is key. We never want to do wall-to-wall grass, wall-to-wall concrete. Those things are cold.
So I'm very proud to be, at this point in this project. It took a long time to get here. We had bumps in the road, which, being in this business, it's called problem solving. So it's a constant problem solver. You always run into issues, but being here, I'm very excited, that we were able to, deliver this type of product.
Godesigns is looking to wow our clients. Many times they don't know what to expect, even with the design. So we have the blueprints, we have the CAD design, we have the 3D design, and they still really don't know what to expect. So we know that once we get to the end, that it's everything. And everybody usually says it's more than what we expected. And that's really what it's all about.